Critical hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story, so don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. You flew to England in a commercial airline, and you touched down at Heathrow. And as you disembark the plane and are walking across the tarmac, a military jeep pulls up with a British soldier inside, and he steps up to you and he goes, "Excuse me, sir, are you Carlos Arbogast?"
Yeah, that's me.
May I see your papers, please?
Show him my papers. Yeah.
He looks at it and confirms, and you are the others, yes? With him? Yes, they're with
others.
You?
We're with him, yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Yep. As you were flying to England, you noticed that you had a little dossier of, here's your cover, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that you have to work with potential enemies, Germans, for example, if you have to infiltrate places. Dutch, you are a businessman who is there looking to either invest or to purchase companies. Valentino is listed as one of your business associates. So the two of you are, maybe Valentino is your advisor. Doc is your valet. And Blisco is your surveyor. So those are kind of the tasks that the government has kind of assigned you to be your undercover things to use. So your papers kind of reflect that.
Okay. When you say surveyor, do you mean like a civil engineering surveyor?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. After
we gotta get you a little tripod guy.
Yeah. Well, it's a good cover for carrying lots of things in bags.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you guys have no weapons. Remember, when you went to the White House, all of your weapons were confiscated, including Prototype X1.
No.
The man looks at you and he says, "If you'll come with me, please." And he ushers you all into the Jeep.
Okay.
As you're driving, sorry for the confusion. I was originally supposed to take you to Kent, but I got orders changed this morning. And he hands you an envelope that says top secret on it, Dutch.
Okay. I'll open it.
Okay. You open it up and it says, "You are ordered to proceed immediately to Dover by train, as indicated in the enclosed travel warrant. You will be met at the station by Sergeant Briggs of the Royal Artillery, who will brief you on an urgent situation that has arisen locally. It is the first importance that the situation be resolved quickly and with the utmost secrecy. After this is done, a written report should be sent to Section M, care of the Metropole Hotel."
I'll pass it back so they can read it.
Okay. Everybody gets a chance to read it.
Do we know where the Metropole is? Is that in?
It's in London somewhere.
Okay.
All right. Looks like we're changing direction.
Yep. And he drives you a little distance and drops you off at the train station. He gives you more papers that essentially are your travel papers that allow you to go to the countryside, to go to Dover.
Okay.
And you board the you board the train, and it's going to take about an hour to get to Dover. Maybe a little less, depending on how fast this train goes and if there's any bombings that happen.
Right. Do they have us in like a cabin, or is it like a common?
Yeah, it's a cabin. Each of you have you're sharing a common cabin. I mean, it's public, so like each of the things can, each of the compartments can close, but it's a general, anybody could come in and sit down kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's not like you're sitting in rows or anything
in
like
an
that
assigned
with,
one, yeah.
50 other people.
So, what do you guys think this is about?
Certain doom. I mean, it does seem to be our leitmotif.
I mean, yeah, that's what I figured. Something like that. Like I mean, if it was like a normal, a mundane Nazi incursion or some other thing, they wouldn't send us, presumably. So, gotta be something weird.
We have, is it 2 artifacts unaccounted for?
We have a bunch
That,
unaccounted
that we
for.
don't really know where to look for them, I guess I should say.
Oh, I
Or is
think
it
we
just one?
have. I think we know the like rough location of all of them at this point. We have the mask, the tablet, the orb, and the book.
Mm-hmm.
The flute is in Holland. Uh, there's one in
Dagger is
Romania.
in Russia, perhaps.
There's one in the Black Forest, and the dagger is in Russia. So we know at least country-wise where all of them are.
So none of them are likely to suddenly show up in Dover.
I mean, we don't know that that's not the case either. I guess if that's what you're looking at, then sure. I mean, for all we know, one of these items has like the spirit of one of the um, luminaries inside it, and it sometimes gets up and walks. Like that would not in any way be the weirdest thing we've run into.
I would be unsurprised. I just wondered if perhaps there was a possibility that it wasn't related to the main mission.
Uh, there's a real possibility, certainly. Or they just really loved how we blew up a bunch of counterfeiters, and they're putting us on a different track.
I mean, aiming us at things that need to be blown up seems to have worked so far. We took out a whole museum without even intending.
That's true.
About an hour goes by, and finally you pull into Dover, which is on the southern coast of England. The White Cliffs of Dover, very famous landmark, and will play an important role in the war very soon. And as you get off the train, you are a sergeant walks up to you, and he goes, "Gentlemen, I'm Sergeant Briggs of the Royal Artillery. Come this way, please." And follow him, and pretty soon he takes you outside of Dover and to a little encampment, a little military encampment, a ways down by the edge, by the cliff's edge. You can see some kind of construction that is going on, and he brings you into the tent with him.
Okay.
I understand that you gentlemen are working with a newly formed part of the U.S. government now.
Yeah.
Seems
Yes,
to be
sir.
the case, yes.
Good. Well, that's good. And my understanding is that you have some talents that may be very valuable to us today. As we were starting to put in some gun, I don't want to say encampments, but what would you call them? Gun.
Emplacements?
There's like
Yes, we were
there's
trying to.
like minarets.
Yeah, we were putting
Right.
some large guns in place in case there was invasion from those evil Nazis, and we've discovered a couple of boys wandering around, and they said that they had stumbled into an old World War I training trench, and they told a horrible story of some ghoulish creatures that are lurking about down there, and they also mentioned something about a glowing blue crystal, and when I reported it up the line, suddenly I was told to expect you and that you would resolve this problem post-haste.
Okay.
So, these are the orders that were transmitted to me, and he hands you an envelope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not privy to the exact orders, but they are in there.
Look at it.
All right. This is a letter from the brigadier of Section M, and he is writing to you that basically says, once you have arrived in Dover, please go to the Ghoul infestation located in a World War I training trench and wipe out all of the ghouls. We also understand that there are possibly Blower crystals at the location. Please retrieve those and bring them to Kent post-haste. Sincerely, the brigadier. You're doing a good job, P.S.
Oh, all right. You have a map. Can you show us where the trench is?
Yeah, the sergeant is able to give you a map. These are the old records that we have of the trench. We understand that it's all been covered over, so instead of a trench, it's more of a tunnel system.
Okay. You guys were putting up. Were you guys doing
Aircraft, guns to shoot down planes from the
right?
sky.
Right. Were you doing any blasting or just digging and
Oh no,
setting
we were
cement?
digging. He points out the tent to the place where you saw the digging. We saw it there when we discovered these two young lads wandering the countryside, and they looked horribly frightened and rather banged up. They said
Okay.
they had 3 with them, but we only found 2.
Oh, that's not good. Also, were either of these kids injured?
They looked like they were banged up, scratched, sprained ankle, but nothing too serious.
Okay. No bite marks?
Not that we saw.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Do you have any form of explosives?
We don't have any explosives on hand,
Okay.
but we do have some weapons that we can loan you.
That was going to be my next question.
All right. Here are the weapons that you have access to. Each of you can be outfitted with a Browning pistol. The Browning pistol is a high-powered pistol. It is a handgun. It's a close weapon. It does 4 damage dice. It's got the vicious keyword. It is a minor weapon and is only for close quarters use. The other weapons that he can outfit you with are an M1 Garand rifle. It has a medium range. It is the keyword rifle. It does 5 dice worth of damage. It also has the vicious keywords. It's a major weapon, and it is reliable, meaning you can use aim with that. I'm sorry, these are the only weapons we have at the moment. We were installing large artillery and not expecting any kind of, on-the-ground problems.
Can we each have one of each?
Yes, each of you can have one of each.
For character sheet purposes, should we consider our previous weapons lost, or?
I would
say so, yeah.
I would say so.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of. I didn't know. I know the bug zapper is gone. Is it Garand or Garand?
I have no idea.
I'd hate to
doesn't matter.
Be eaten by a zombie in the midst
Garand.
of syntax. These things matter.
No, they don't.
So 5, and then there's a little medal next to it. Does that mean something?
That's your dice.
That's the
damage symbol.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, the effect die.
Yeah.
So the M1 is reliable, major, and vicious.
As you are gather up your weapons and you're ready to head out, it's maybe a half-mile hike or so. But as you're leaving the tent, a very old woman is walking up to you, and she has these very bugged-out eyes.
Oh, hello, boys. Would you like some tea before you head out to wherever you're going?
And she's giving you kind of, one of her eyes is kind of squinty at you.
Oh, sure.
Like mad-eye, moody kind of stare at you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just bringing some for the general.
I'm told you I'm not a general.
Whatever, here, shorty. We don't often see strangers in Dover. Not now, since we're so close to...
And she nods across the English Channel
over there where problems are happening.
Yes. Well, hopefully it'll all be resolved without too much more conflict.
That's what I always like about you. Americans? ?
Yeah.
You've got a sense of humor.
So
we'll stop for tea.
Okay. She pours you tea, Dutch, and she smiles and nods, and goes to Valentino, smiles and nods, and Blisco smiles and nods, and she gets to Doc.
Oh, handsome one you are.
Thank you.
What is your job, boy?
I'm the medic.
Ooh, a medic? Maybe you can come check me out later.
Sorry,
I've got some sore joints.
That was before. I'm Mr. Arbogast's personal
We're here. We're here on call from the army, so I don't know if the cover's really all that relevant.
Oh, okay. Well, totally the medic thing.
Yes. All right. Well, enjoy yourselves. Don't get into too much trouble.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Waving and giggling as she walks out of the tent.
Support the local hag.
Oh, she's
I like
definitely
that.
a strange one, that's for sure. And you can see him just kind of pour the tea out onto the ground. She's never made a proper cup up before.
Well, we just came from a place where, and like Dutch will, whatever the cup size is, he'll like, do that thing with his fingers where it's like a certain amount, and it'll be the majority of the cup. We just came from a place where like it would be about this much sugar, so really being able to taste the tea is kind of amazing.
Yes, right.
Let's get moving. Let's also get some chalk so that we don't get lost, so we can mark places, and of course some flashlights if they have them.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Let's get some
Electric
torches.
Yeah.
Torches, yes. Gather some torches and you head out. And about 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, you see a flag marked on the ground, and you can see that there is an opening. And if you scroll down to the bottom of your map, you will see where it says start here.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see, yep, that is where you are at. And this is the map that you were given. And the symbol that you see, that dragon, that is the majestic symbol. And so that is going to represent your group. So by now it is 2:00 in the afternoon. Sun is starting to go down in the west. The cold wind is blowing off the ocean, and you're at the entrance of a trench that is now covered. So it's a tunnel, not a trench.
Dutch will like sort of point at each of them and signal for them to like sort of move.
All right, so let's talk about something that we haven't talked about before, and this session is a good time to introduce the concept of tactics. Okay. So tactics in Achtung Cthulhu are used primarily to coordinate and optimize group efforts, especially in combat situations, but in other areas as well, because it allows characters to direct allies, anticipate enemy moves, and exploit situational advantages. So here's how we use tactics when it comes to combat. You could do a coordinated attack, and a character with a tactics skill can help orchestrate attacks, ensuring that all party members act in a harmonious and effective manner. This might involve timing attacks for maximum impact or arranging the team in a formation that capitalizes on each member's strengths. You can also use defensive maneuvers. You could do strategic planning. Those would be outside of combat, kind of like what you're doing now.
Sure.
And you can adapt to changes during combat. So how does that work then in a situation? So here is an example. A team of characters is ambushed by an enemy force. Someone skilled in tactics, and you guys are not really super skilled, but a couple of you have a 1 in your tactics category.
Yeah.
You can assess the situation and direct the team to take cover in a position that not only provides protection, but also gives you a strategic advantage for counterattacking. So this will use the tactics plus whatever, and that can be used to help create truths in a scene.
Okay. So what I would like to do is basically at the mouth of the tunnel, get everybody situated, and then see if we can get any ghoulies to come out into the open.
Okay.
So
how are you going to do
if
that?
there were like some ghouls like a bit down the way, right? It's like obviously we're still going to have to go in here, but like why not get him out where Blisco can hit him and can bullseye some womp ghouls.
How about everybody give me an observation plus insight check, D1?
Would this be a test to detect danger or hidden enemies by any chance?
Yep.
All right. Well, then I can reduce the difficulty by what? Was the minimum on that? That might not be.
I don't know if you can reduce it to 0. But
Yeah, to a minimum of 0. The
Okay.
talent specifically says.
So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So is that everybody or just you?
I believe
Just
that'd
him,
just
I
be
think.
me.
Okay.
So 17. All right.
All right, people are picking up talents.
It would be an insane ability at everybody.
All right. So Doc has 1 success. Blisco has 2 success. So you get 1 momentum from that. Dutch has 1 success, and Valentino has 1 success. So you now have 2 momentum. Yeah. As you all lean over this opening, you can smell something fetid and rotten down there. It's pretty stinky stanky. Not only does it smell like dead animal, but it also smells like moist, wet, soggy earth that hasn't been turned over in 20 years.
Sure.
But you don't see any ghouls.
Dutch will like kick a rock and then be like, ow, oh no, I'm injured. I hope there's nothing dangerous around. And see if anything comes out to
nothing
check.
is stirring.
Well,
Not even
That-
a mouse.
Not even a mouse.
that was an Academy-worthy performance.
I mean, it was.
And nothing came out, so I guess we
Nope.
got to go in.
Okay.
All right.
So you all lower yourselves down in, and you are standing in an opening that goes off into the distance. And you can see on your map that maybe 20, 30 feet ahead, there is what looks to be a chamber to your left. And then based on the map that you see, the tunnel continues forward, and eventually about another 40 or 50 feet down, there should be a turn off to your left as well.
There's some little rectangles in the map. Is that
Mhm.
just like abandoned supplies or
Rubble or
bags?
That would be
or-
like rubble, bags, those kinds of things. Yeah. But if
But
you're talking about the
this was
things
a
in the
practice
center,
trench, right?
yeah, this is a practice trench.
Okay.
So there's rubble and rotten beams and those kinds of things, timbers, all over in there.
All right. Dutch will look at the others and be like, so anytime I've ever had to do a labyrinth, I think it's a good idea to like go along one of the walls and just keep following it.
Always turn left.
Yeah, I think, like he like pulls out the map and like puts a flashlight on it. There's gonna be times when we're gonna have to like hop across, but I think as a general policy we should do that. So how about we get to the left and then go into this chamber and out, and then we'll see where that gets us.
So all of you should have the ability to move the token. So
Okay.
move the token down to where you want. You can really only go about 20 feet at a time. As you are walking down the tunnel, you notice that there's an opening up to your left,
Mhm.
and you can hear kind of a sound coming from whatever this room is. The map indicates that there's a dugout area in here. But this area smells really, really bad. Like this is where the rottingest of flesh smell is coming from. And you can hear a sound coming from that space.
Oh, good. Dutch will pull up his probably scarf that he was wearing
Okay.
over his face, so probably doesn't mitigate the smell very much, but
Not very much, no.
flash a light down in that direction, see if we can spot anything.
Yeah, you shine your flashlight down, and what you see are like carcasses of dead animals
Mhm.
with their intestines and insides strewn all about. And hunched over a large mass of intestines is a figure. And as soon as the light shines on it, it turns around and faces you, and its eyes are glowing, and it's like, and it starts to lunge at you.
Shoot it.
Like humanoid.
Yeah, it is humanoid. So Doc said shoot it. So Doc, what are you going to shoot it with?
The rifle.
All right. You may do a ranged attack.
And a ranged attack is going to be coordination and fighting, yeah?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a D2.
Boop, 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 boop. But hey, I suddenly magically got better at this. Skablam blam! 2 successes.
Okay. So you hit it. You may roll your damage.
Okay. So 5, and then I didn't take the time to aim, so I don't get any bonus there, but I do
You
get...
didn't get a
2.
bonus for aim anyway.
Oh, well, then never mind. So I should be rolling 7
Mm-hmm.
for 6 damage and 3 effects, with the rifle being
That
vicious,
rifle,
so
that rifle goes off, and kablam! The figure goes flying back. It is dead.
I mean, it was dead.
Well,
No, ghouls are technically not completely undead.
yeah, let's go into the chamber cautiously. This was the only one we've seen so far, right? The only
Yeah,
ghoul.
that's the first one.
Check it out.
It is a relatively or newly turned ghoul.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like a kid?
It's hard to tell.
Okay. How's it dressed? Like normal
With clothes.
normal Dover clothes?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Have a look around the room.
Yeah, this looks to be, oddly enough, a storage place
Mm-hmm.
for food for the ghouls.
Yeah.
So like a
Like a larder.
ghoul pantry.
Yeah, like a larder. Yep, a pantry. Yep.
All right. Do we want to do anything with the bodies while we're here, or should we just leave that to be somebody else's problem?
I mean, you
Oh.
were told to just wipe out the ghouls, so
Sure.
How long dead does this kid, teen person seem to be?
I said it was a recently turned ghoul.
Right. I mean, it's fun, huh? Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to go on the record and say you guys killed a kid. I'm going to let the audience figure that out.
Well, my question, never mind. Okay. Does he seem to be dead, and dead?
Oh, yeah, no, he's dead. He's definitely dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can we see if he has
definitely
any
killed.
identification or anything on him?
I mean, his clothes are ripped and torn.
Oh, so
There's no identification.
newly dead, but okay.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right.
Okay.
All righty.
So as you start to approach the first split in the tunnel,
Mhm.
you hear some more motion, and you hear this voice say,
The little ones always have the short legs and can move faster. Come along.
and sure enough, they turn the corner, and there are a group of 3 ghouls standing there, and they are all startled by your flashlight.
Ah, fresh meat.
There's another mechanic that I think hopefully will make combat go a little faster in the future. Instead of taking on each one of these characters, each one of these ghouls independently, there's a mechanic in Octoon Cthulhu, and this is what sparked it, was Matthew trying to kill multiple snakes at once with his shotgun before. There is a group attack mechanic in Octoon Cthulhu. So basically, the group will attack as one. All right. And whoever is the leader on the attack. Okay. So let me just explain groups here real quick. When a group makes an attack, it adds +1 damage to each NPC in the group beyond the first one. Groups can also do assistance as well if they want to. So, for example, if a group of Black Sun soldiers comprised of 1 lieutenant NPC and 3 troopers were attacking, the lieutenant makes the attack for the group. If the attack succeeds, then the lieutenant does the damage and adds +1 damage for each trooper in the group. So in this case, if he rolls 5 damage, it would actually be 8 damage because there are 3 NPC troopers in that group. Okay. When you attack, each one of you also attacks the group. Okay. All damage goes to the first NPC until that NPC is defeated. When that NPC is defeated, if there's any leftover damage on your die, that will spill over to the next NPC, and so on. If there is a leader in the group, that is the one that is attacked last. So again, in this example of the 1 lieutenant and 3 troopers, you would be doing damage to each of the troopers first before the NPC can take any hits. However, you can use 2 momentum to specifically target the leader of the group and bypass the others. Okay. That makes sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Great. How would we talk
would
me
you
through
want?
that last point again? I guess my brain didn't parse it.
In a case where you have a leader, so in
Right.
this group of ghouls, there is no leader. There's just 3 ghouls standing there.
Okay.
But if there was a leader in this group, as you attack, you are attacking the ghouls. You're not going to name out any specific ghoul. I shoot at a ghoul. You are attacking the lower class, the NPC ghouls first.
Mhm.
And it's only after the NPC ghouls have been taken out that you can attack the leader ghoul.
Okay.
Now, you can spend 2 momentum to bypass all of those NPC ghouls and go directly to the lieutenant ghoul if you would like to. But it does cost you 2 momentum to do that.
Got it. Okay. That was the part that for some reason my brain went, bah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is one of those little gotchas. So we have a group of 3 ghouls that are standing there. They are ready to attack you. But because you surprised them, you guys can go first. Who would like to go first?
I'm up front, so I'll go first.
All right. Go ahead. And how are you going to attack?
Take out my pistol.
Okay.
Take a breath to aim it at the nearest
Okay.
ghoul and take a shot.
All right.
2 successes.
2 successes. Very good. Please roll some damage. So whatever your pistol is plus
Yeah, plus my
your
insight.
bonus dice.
2 and an effect.
All right. You hit one, and it seems rather startled that you shot it. You shot me. And now the ghouls lunge at you, Rodrigo. This is a hand-to-hand. So this is an agility and fighting.
It's 13.
Yeah. They miss you, so you can do a responding attack on them.
Okay, so I can
And it has to be a hand-to-hand damage.
yeah, I kick him.
Okay.
What's my damage dice for kick?
3 damage.
Okay.
Plus whatever your brawn is on top of that.
Oh, that's right. Wow, I'm brawny.
All right, yeah, you certainly clock that one pretty good. And you can see his eyes kind of spinning around in his socket. And he stumbles backwards. Who would like to go next?
I will.
All right, let's go.
Aim with the rifle.
Okay.
Shoot.
Nice. Pull that trigger and roll it.
Use the fact that I aimed to get an extra die without spending
Okay.
momentum.
Okay.
What's the difficulty? Is just normally 2, right?
D2 right
The
now,
normal
yeah.
2.
Mhm.
Okay. Coordination, fighting is a 14. Yeah, that'll be fine. I will re-roll that
Oh.
19.
Reroll.
There we go.
Nice. 2 successes. Please roll some damage.
Damage.
I think your rifle is a 5 plus whatever your brawn is.
6. Wouldn't it be plus insight?
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, same either way.
It's the
but
same either way, yeah.
5 in a bucket of effect.
Wow.
Okay.
3, 4, 5 effect.
Dang.
Yep. The blast goes off, and you take down the ghoul that was in the front, and the ghoul immediately behind him also takes a little bit of damage. Not as much as you thought, but a little bit of damage. There is now a ghoul and a half standing there. Who would like to go next?
I can shoot.
All right, go right ahead.
Now, is this considered a second encounter, or because I've been sitting here going, I can't go because I shot that kid.
Oh yeah,
But
this is
that
definitely different. Yeah, this is definitely different.
different encounter? Okay, so that is not true, and I'm just hanging out. Okay, got it.
That's all right. 2 successes.
All right, do some damage.
Alrighty.
And we're not saying a kid. We're saying the small ghoul.
Sorry, the small ghoul.
The most recent ghoul.
Yes, the immature ghoul,
It's all
the
pimply
goulette, if you will,
and a bad attitude.
the Robert Goulette.
8 plus 3
Oh,
effect.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, this one definitely goes down. Yep. And also you tag part of the third ghoul, and you take a little chunk of his arm off, and it grabs its arm. It's like, oh. All right, Matthew. Or, all right, Doc. You're last in this.
So there's a ghoul.
There is a ghoul.
Ghoul shot in head. Well, not
No, shot in
calling
the
by
arm.
shot. Ghoul shot. Shooting ghoul, 2 successes.
Very good. Roll some
Nice.
damage.
Rolling a bucket of damage.
Nice.
Uh,
This ghoul is still standing. But he looks pretty damaged. Like you shot that gun and it exploded like the left side of his torso. And so like there's this big half moon chunk taken out of its chest, and you can see like dripping of viscera and what was once rib cages and stuff poking out.
ew.
Yeah. And it lunges at you, Dutch. So if you would, another coordination and fighting.
Is that agility and fighting?
I'm sorry, agility and fighting.
Okay.
Whatever the hand is. Yeah.
Okay. 2 successes.
Very good. You can respond to its attack because it's so disoriented from all the damage that it has taken that it swings and misses at you, but you may respond with another punch to the face or other body part that you determine.
Yep. I'll just hit it with the butt of the gun as it's coming
Okay.
at me.
I believe that is also a 3. I don't have my club notes in front of me.
I mean, I'm fine with
I'm
just
pretty
using
sure-
the stats for a punch.
I'm pretty sure.
5 and some effects.
Yeah. So you punch it, you club it right in the face, and the head comes off, and down that ghoul goes. There are 3 dead ghouls standing there.
Anything different about these ghouls?
No, these look like the ghouls that you saw in France. That's probably why you were called to this particular situation, since you've had past
Yes.
experiences with ghouls.
You guys think these guys have just been trapped here this whole time?
Possibly.
Possible.
All right. Do we know if they're tunneling?
Well, it doesn't look like it. None of them seem to have implements, but we might find it. So everyone okay with making a left here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll watch our rear in case anything tries to come down that north route.
Good call. So
Okay.
we'll go left up the fork.
Okay, so go ahead and move where you would like to go to next. Okay. Nothing has happened. It's a dark tunnel. You can see the rotting timbers. Certainly in trench warfare, the idea was you dig these trenches deep enough to where you're not going to get shot at as you're trying to move around. So this is definitely a practice trench. And oftentimes these trenches were lined with timbers to keep to keep the ground from sliding in and killing
Collapsing.
people. Yeah, collapsing. But since World War I, it looks like the community, with no need for trench warfare, just kind of basically covered these over with timbers and boards and whatever dirt and dead branches and everything they could throw on top of this. So you can see sunlight poking out here and there, but for the most part, you guys are completely underground. And there's remains of, there's a canteen here, a bit of trash there, other detritus scattered about. But that is all you see at this position.
You guys want to check out this room, or it looks like there's 2 entrances into it, so we could leave it for slightly later, or we could check it out now.
I think check it out now. I mean, if we're going to be continuing on rather than having to double back.
Yep.
Take a
well,
quick look at the map and probably better to check it out now since it's in the center.
Yep. Okay. Let's go right into this room.
Okay. You go into this room, and it is pretty clear the moment that you enter that this was kind of a command center for, the exercises. So there's a big table up against one wall. There's papers scattered around, and it looks like boxes of rations in the corner.
Okay.
There's no blue crystal, and there are no zombies about.
Okay.
Or ghouls, I should say. They're not zombies.
Just sort of roughly poke at the rations, open them up to make sure that there isn't anything else worthwhile
these are rations from World War I, so 1912 to 1915 type rations. You see, here's a can of peaches, can of sardines. This round one says bread on it.
Wow.
The bread one looks kind of dented and bloated, so I probably wouldn't open that one. But the peaches can looks okay.
Okay. Nothing else? No, ammo or anything hidden back there?
No, not in this room. No, sorry.
Dutch will keep the can of peaches and be like,
okay.
This is in case we go long. You gents okay with backtracking and then proceeding down the hallway?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we want to block off that other entrance or anything?
Yeah, so you do notice that there is this other entrance that it's not very wide. It's like a single person would have to squeeze through, and this one looks like it's been hand dug as opposed to dug with shovels and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, we already went
there you go.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, let's plug it if we can.
Okay, what are you going to plug it with?
You said those are command centers.
Yeah, there's a big table on the other opposite wall.
Yeah,
it's a big, heavy oak table. It doesn't look like it's got too much worm rot on it.
Yep, we'll push the table up against the opening and weigh it down with some of the rations that we're not taking.
Okay. Yeah, you block up that hole as best you can. You kind of angle it so that if someone were to push on it, it would dig into the dirt ground. And you try to also anchor it with one of these wooden beams that are going across the top. And it seems fairly secure. I mean, a really, really, really thin, tiny person could probably make it between the gap between the opening and the table, but none of you are going to be able to squeeze through there.
Well, and hopefully, even if something gets through, it would make some sort of noise struggling against it. So that's good enough.
Hey, Blisco, look, there's some empty cans there on the floor.
Pick one up.
Okay, you have an empty can. As you pick it up and you tap it, it makes a loudish noise.
A little bit of string, you can turn that into a phone.
Or
a noise maker for a noise trap.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
We can probably just stack them on top, and then if something moves them, they should just fall down and clatter.
Yep. Good job, Blisco.
Good call, Blisco.
Yeah.
Stack a bunch of cans up on the table, and you know that if anybody comes and rattles that table, those cans are going to fall down and make a clamorous noise.
Okay. All right. Let's go back south and then proceed west.
Okay. Again, just normal tunnel stuff. You notice that there's another opening up and to your left.
Let's peek down there, shine a light.
Yeah, it looks like there's something in here. Your flashlight is not going as far back as you thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's definitely something moving in there.
Avon calling.
and this largish figure rises up, and it kind of turns its head almost all the way around
Whoa.
and looks at you.
Oh, we have visitors, boys.
And you can tell that this is a female ghoul.
Mhm.
And then, like, 3 other ghouls rise up. They're not as big. This one, obviously, is a leader ghoul. And they all stop and they stop and they kind of sniff the air.
Something's familiar in this room. Let's attack them.
And the ghoul mob comes at you, Rodrigo, since you are in the front.
Sure.
And we are going to do another armed combat.
Okay.
So agility and fighting. Oh, crap. These ghouls are horrible tonight.
Good.
1 success.
Yeah, the 3 ghouls run at you in the narrow opening of this part of the tunnel. They all kind of get trapped in there at the same time. And you can hear a distinct as they all kind of slam in together and get stuck, and one of them kind of slaps the other in the face. Your turn.
Well, since I'm up front, I'll shoot one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack. D2.
I'll aim first.
Okay. Nice.
5 and
You do hit the middle one. It's kind of got this curlyish hair kind of
Mhm.
sticking out in all directions, and you can hear, "Ow, that hurt."
All right, I'll get out of the way of rifles.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll give him a reason to get out of the way of rifles.
Okay. Go ahead and
I'm
roll
gonna
me
rifle.
a rifle.
I want to rifle the one that
No, you just
exploded if I
shoot.
can.
You just shoot.
Just shoot.
Yeah,
Oh, so I
unless
don't
if you want to call one out, that costs 2 momentum.
I don't have 2 momentum. Bam, 2 successes.
All right, please roll some damage.
6 plus 4 effect.
Yeah, very good. That one collapses in a heap. Who would like to go next?
I will.
The other 2 just kind of look down and then look back up, and they see you, Blisco, and there's some kind of recognition in their eyes.
I don't like that.
Go ahead and shoot.
Step up, aim.
Okay.
Get the extra dice from aiming. Extra
Okay.
die from aiming.
Hey, 3
Successes.
successes. You get 1 momentum back. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Oop. 6 plus
Very
2
good.
effect.
Yep, you certainly do some damage. It's weird that you know that this weapon is not as powerful as the infields that you're used to, but these guys are not taking the damage you think they should be taking with a shotgun blast or a rifle blast.
Oh, I see. They're like resisting it.
These things
Yep.
are tougher than they look.
Yep. Valentino, you're the last one.
All right. I'll whip around. Imagine that basically I was kind of walking backwards with a flashlight in one hand, gun, a pistol in the other. So,
And you see one of them with this really horrible haircut kind of poke its head out, and he's trying to get it at Dutch. Why I gotta.
all right, and I'll try to shoot him before he chomps Dutch.
Hey,
Hey,
2 successes. Very good. Go ahead and roll some damage.
All righty. Yeah, 5 with 2 effect.
And that one goes down. As its head emerges, you fire, and that head just blasts off. And you hear the other one go. The leader comes at you, Doc, because now you are closer to the entrance. If you will roll a fighting for me, a hand-to-hand combat, which is agility and fighting.
Agility and fighting. Okay.
Yep.
Am I still targeting a 2?
No, you're trying to beat whatever. You're trying to have more successes than I have.
Got it. I have 1 successes.
Okay.
Crud.
The old ghoul woman reaches out and bites at you. Or no, she rakes her claws at you. Sorry. She rakes her claws at you. And you will do, because again, she's the group leader or whoever is attacking, right? On this hit, she's going to do X amount of damage plus 1 damage more because she still has 1 minion under her. And so you are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, 4 physical damage as it rakes across your chest and the buttons on your shirt pop out. Ping, 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 ping.
Now, I do have 1 armor,
Yep. So you absorb 1 of those.
so I could psych 1, and then the rest of them I'm going to go boom, da boom, da boom.
Yep. So you'll take 3 damage on that.
That sucks.
Okay. It is the top of the round now that they have attacked, so anybody can go now.
I'll go in.
Okay. You're gonna fire again, or are you gonna
aim
do
and
something
fire.
else? All right, do it. 3 successes. Wow, you get a momentum. You're up to 4 momentum now.
Yeah.
And you may do some damage, unless you want to, use your aim and re-roll or something. Or
That seems counterproductive.
yeah, maybe. But I do what I can.
The best I could do is get 1 more success. I was like, yeah,
Nice.
all right. Just 2s across the board. Sounds good to me.
No, that was good. The third ghoul that's standing there is kind of a heavier ghoul, and it kind of has a dopey look on its face. They recognize you, and it just blows. You blow it a good chunk of it off, and you give it an injury where it is now missing an arm and a leg, and it kind of falls down to the ground, and it's kind of trying to get back up, and it's kind of spinning in a circle. Matthew appreciates my reference. It doesn't quite make that sound, but it's definitely spinning in a circle on the ground. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I would like to. Is it just the leader left?
No, you still have the one that's spinning on the ground.
Okay.
And the leader, the mother figure.
I would like to take a shot at them.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is use my Army of 1 talent
Okay.
to spend 2 momentum and
Okay.
add a piercing trait to my weapon.
All right, great.
If I can get around the armor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of course, now watch me miss. Yep, 14. Here we go.
Very good. 2 successes.
I'll roll damage. Okay. So 3 damage and 2 effects, and each of those effects should lower their armor by 1.
Okay. So, yep, the one that's spinning on the ground is now no longer spinning on the ground, and the leader reacts by throwing up her arms, and you take a good chunk out of her, but she seems rather angry now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. I think that's everybody, right?
I believe so,
She comes at you with her arms a-swinging. She has really long arms for a tall ghoul like her. What's a ghoul like you doing in a place like this? If you would, a combat attack, a hand-to-hand attack.
Was she swinging at me?
Yep. Hi, boys. 2 successes. You beat back her swing at you, so you may respond with either a clubbing action or a punching action.
Yeah, let's just punch her.
Ooh, nice.
5.
So on that thing that you did, is that persistent on that?
Nope, that just counts for that shot. So
okay.
They would have their armor back. I could have spent 2 more because I've looked it up and it doesn't say that it has to be a weapon attack. So I could have spent 2 more momentum to lower the thing again, but I figured.
Okay. Yeah, tell me how you hit her.
So she comes out with her long arms.
Mm-hmm.
And is trying to basically like clamp down on Dutch's shoulders. But as she does, Dutch shifts his weight and kicks her in the face.
Oh, ouch. And you do that by grabbing her arm and kicking her in the face at the same time?
Oh, basically, so her eyes, as her arms are coming down, like she's naturally lowering her face.
Yeah.
So essentially, I actually step into her range or like, yeah, like I get closer to her and like kick her in the face or like maybe knee her in the face.
Nice. She goes falling down to the floor and she's shaking her head.
Why would you do this to us? We did nothing to you.
Am I too far or am I too close to shoot the shooting out of
No.
her?
No, you
All
can
right.
shoot her.
Okay. I would like to shoot, please, because
Okay, go for it.
I find that shooting is helpful. 1 success, crud.
Yep, that is a miss. You shoot at the wall as she is falling down to the ground onto her knees. You fire, and it just misses, just goes right over the top of her head and ka-chunks into the wood on the wall of this part of the cave. Go.
Same thing.
Okay.
Wait, you want to
Still
miss?
D2?
Don't do that.
Yeah, D2, yeah.
Right.
Although, because she is bigger, you can tell that she's taken a lot of hits, like you've shot at the 3 that are lying on the ground, and she appears to be much tougher.
Right. Aim, fire.
Okay. 3 successes, very good. You get a momentum back, and you may wield some damage.
Homage. Blam.
Nice,
8
very
plus
nice.
that.
You are going to create an injury, so please explain the injury that you cause onto this creature.
Was she uninjured still? Like she doesn't have anything
I kicked
obvious
her in
that
the
was wrong with.
face.
Okay. We're gonna take out one of her, like, not take out an arm, but make it so it's harder to use. Upper half of the muscle is gone. It's more
Pull some
dangly and
fingers off the
floppy
hand.
than actually swingy.
Oh, gross. Very good. Lots of
Yeah.
sinew popping and muscles and whatnot.
Mhm.
She's on her knees, kind of starting to crawl at you guys. Is there anybody left in this round that needs to go?
I have
Needs?
Most of
Okay,
them, I think.
Valentino. Go for it.
I'll also shoot at her with pistol.
Yeah, she looks pretty raggedy.
2 successes.
Very good. You may do some damage.
Alrighty. Here goes. Oh. Okay. 7 with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah,
5.
you as she's down on the ground, you put the gun to her head and you pull that trigger. She is gone. You're out of combat. You have cleared out a nest of ghouls.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Indeed.
Okay. Oh well. Let's hope that was the queen. And
Oh, there's
that's-
so much more of this map to go,
Uh-uh.
man.
I don't think that's how it works, Valentino.
Yeah, I don't know that it's not like a beehive, I feel.
I don't know, and just
No,
some bit of optimism.
Well, we'll stand behind you on the optimism.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
However, we will prepare for the worst.
Okay.
Trust and verify that.
Let's go to the next crossroad.
Oh yeah, at the next crossroad, guess what? You just walk right into a circle of ghouls, all on the floor. They're all hunched over. There's 4 of them, kind of in a circle on the floor. And as you hear the crunching approach, you hear one say, "Is that you, brother?" And he stands up and he turns around and he's really tall. And he's got a pipe dangling from his mouth. And then the other 3 also rise up, and they're, obviously shorter, but they look at you and go,
We have heard of you.
Oh yeah, what have you heard?
Not you, but him.
and they point to Blisco.
Brother, welcome. We were waiting.
And they all start to rush at Dutch, Valentino, and Doc.
Ugh.
Let's do Valentino first, since it's been a while since Valentino has been a target of aggression.
ah,
So if you would roll a hand-to-hand for me.
that's agility and fighting.
That is indeed something, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm still opening up files.
Oh,
No, yeah,
zero
ability and
success.
fighting. Oh no, 0 successes, also 0 successes. So nothing happens here. The one with the pipe kind of reaches out to you and takes a swipe, and also misses completely, and your parry also goes wide. Who would like to go first?
Shooting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shooting. Definitely.
Do it.
Shooting. Oh, the shooting. Hang on. Need to get the right one. And
0 successes and a complication. Oh no.
dang it.
That's your second miss there, Doc. You realize that the Garmin or the Garand rifle only holds 8 shots, and you pull that trigger and it just goes click click. Fortunately, you do have backup, but you are going to be down a round for shooting until you can reload. Who would like to go next?
I'll go
I guess.
next.
Okay. go ahead.
Okay.
Dutch will take a shot at aim a little bit and then take a shot at the nearest ghoul.
Okay. Yeah, this one looks to be wearing like spectacles.
Ah, nerdy ghoul.
Yep.
Two
Hey,
successes.
2 successes. Very good.
All right. That'll be 5 dice, 3 and 2 effects.
Okay. Yep. You shoot the small one with the glasses, and it just kind of makes a whiny noise. Okay, Valentino or Blisco?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot back at the thing that swung at me.
Okay.
Here goes. Hey, there's 2
Hey, 2
successes.
successes. Okay.
5 damage with the 3 effect.
Yep. You blow away the little one, and you just hear the big one go, "My son," and it is a heap on the floor. The next one kind of looks like more athletic than the one that you just put down, and it also gets a little bit of shrapnel from your gunshot, and it takes a bit of damage as well. So I think that leaves you, Blisco, brother.
Yep. This is all into the group realistically, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Unless you want to spend 2 momentum and target somebody specifically.
he's gonna try and get the one off of Doc because he's in a little bit of trouble with the jamming rifle.
Well,
I
it's
think
empty,
that's I think that's narrative. You know.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's aim and fire.
Okay.
That extra die from aiming.
Hey, 1 success.
Well,
You were
let's
able.
go ahead and
Let's
reroll.
go ahead and re-roll that.
Let's go ahead and re-roll that 9.
Yeah, no. The 17's 3 roll.
All right. Oh, with another 17. Congratulations, Rob.
Good call.
You pull that trigger, and the gun goes off, but you miss the sporty one by a good range. It appears that you're a little rattled because of the way that they've been addressing you.
The sporty one.
Yep, the sporty one.
Oh. Is there a scary one?
No. Not yet. I mean, they're all scary.
I'm just trying to find the references is all.
You'll get it in a minute.
Okay.
Who's next?
I think I was the last one.
You were the last one?
Gone
Okay.
this round, yeah.
All right. The other one starts to approach. I wish our uncle was here. He would know what to do. And he takes another lunge at Doc. So hand to hand, if you would. Doc.
1 success.
1 success. That's okay. It has 0 successes, so you can respond with a fist or a clubbing of a D3 plus your bonus die.
I will club the knot. So basically 4 damage dice.
It's 3 damage dice plus whatever your bonus is.
Oh, so 5 damage. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
My bad. And we clickety click to clonk. So 5 plus an effect, and the effect is ow.
Yep, it definitely goes ow as you hit it on its head, and it kind of does that little ducking thing whenever you hit somebody on the back of your head. It is stunned, and so it has got no movement in its next attack. Okay, now all 4 of you have a chance to go.
Do you think I could grab my pistol and shoot him?
You could use your pistol, but you still need to spend a turn loading your rifle before you can use it again.
Before I can use my rifle. Can I step back so I'm
You
not
can-
about to be eaten?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And then I shall load my rifle.
That's Doc's turn.
Yep.
We're right up against the wall,
Okay.
having narrowly missed an attack by a ghoul. There's a Valentino, a Dutch, and a Blisco that can go.
I'll go.
All right, Dutch.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I will shoot at the ghouls
All right.
and the hammer.
Okay. Is that a thing that you have, or is that a
No,
Flavor
I'm
thing.
just
Okay.
just the flavor thing.
He's showing off.
I'll spend a momentum
okay?
for an extra die.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's
3
see.
successes, so you get a momentum back, or you could roll that 15 again if you want to, because you took an aim, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and reroll that. Nope.
Okay, so 3 successes, so you get a momentum back, and you may do some damage on one of these guys. Probably the Sporto one.
Yep.
That's kind of stunned.
3 and an effect.
3 and an effect. So you take out the Sporto one, and you chip away at the other one.
Yeah.
The one with the pipe doesn't look too happy. My sons, my 3 sons.
We weren't getting it quick enough, were we?
What?
That guy looks like Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Just remembered a thing.
All right.
My aim also gives piercing to the weapon.
Good. Remind me of that. So that should do damage, more damage in the future.
So
Not retroactively. Or
well,
retroactively, you really blew the crap out of those last nests of ghouls.
Yep. Aim and fire again.
Okay.
There we go. That's
Very
5
good.
successes.
5 successes. That's right. Because of
Yeah.
your.
Rifle focus at 3.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 successes. Wow. 3. So you're up to 6 momentum now. Do some damage.
Generated some momentum for us, guys.
Yay.
5 with 3 effect. So 3 more piercing.
Yeah, this oldest ghoul that's standing there, not the leader ghoul, the oldest ghoul that's standing there. Describe how you take it out.
Square up, deep breath, squeeze, and just full body shot, taking out most of its chest.
Oh man, there is a hole in its chest where a basketball could probably go, and it just kind of looks down, and it falls at the foot of the one with the pipe. Is that everyone? Valentino, have you gone?
No, I haven't gotten this round.
Okay, go for it. The leader is the only one left standing.
All right. I will shoot at it.
Okay.
Hey, 2 successes.
2 successes. Go ahead and do some damage on this guy.
Boy, I've been on fire with the shooting tonight.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
wow.
5 and 5 effect.
Yeah. Okay. So you do a great injury to this one, the one with the pipe. Describe what you do to this one with the pipe. It's still standing though.
Okay. Blow an arm off.
All right. Sure. The one is he's so shocked at seeing his son fall at his feet that he reaches up to grab his pipe to hold it as his jaw drops open in surprise. And as he grabs the pipe out of its mouth, you blow its arm off, and the arm and the pipe go spinning down into a corner of this area of the cave. He looks at you and is like, I've had enough of this. I've been the nicest father to these boys, but you've gone too far. And he rushes at you with razor claw swinging at you, Valentino. Please do a hand-to-hand combat for me, please.
All right. Hey, two successes.
It also has 2 successes, so it will succeed.
Oh.
But you're not going to take any damage because you've killed his 3 sons. And you do take 2 physical damage.
Ow.
Soak up whatever you have with armor.
Alrighty.
Top of the round, who would like to go?
I will go.
All right, go for it. Your gun
I
is
have
reloaded. Your rifle is reloaded.
Reloader. Perfect. I shall shoot it, him, them, it. God, Blake Frickle.
0 successes. I think
And
you...
Drink.
Yeah, and a complications. Yeah, I think you were so rattled by seeing this sight in front of you that you loaded your magazine in wrong, and
Put my
so
bullets in backwards. didn't I?
you put your bullets in backwards, so it's not firing. So you're going to have to spend another round unjamming your gun and put the magazine in correctly.
I suppose it could be worse. If that had been Daffy Duck, I probably would have shot myself.
Yeah, probably would have shot yourself. Yeah. All right, who's next? I mean, this leader Ghoul looks pretty raggedy, but he's still got some fight in him. Go for it, Briscoe.
We'll attempt to finish him off.
All right.
Aim and
Nice. 2 successes.
I'll reroll the 15.
Sure, go for it. Hey, 3 successes. Very good.
Yeah.
You're up to 7 momentum.
Ooh, that is a bad damage roll. 2 and 2.
Yeah, you are able to take this one out. Please describe how you take down this very fatherly looking figure.
I would say it's clearly on its last legs, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
I don't think he's going to have any more after this.
this is just a simple shot into it as it's reaching out and catch it, so it just crumples. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing big. This didn't do a whole lot. It was just enough to force it down.
Yeah. Yep. Sure enough, you force it down. Put it out of its misery as the gunshots echo down the 2 hallways that you are now at a crossroads at, out of combat.
I would like to take this opportunity to properly and completely load my weapon before we continue on.
Okay. It takes you a moment. In the low light, you need Dutch to bring his flashlight over so you can do this properly. So you guys are a little bit of time is being wasted here, but that's okay. You don't hear, or at least you don't believe you hear any noises coming towards you.
Until it's too late.
Hey, Blisco, you feeling all right?
Yeah.
These fellas seem to think that you might be on their side.
Hey, Blisco, why don't you roll me a will plus resilience? D2. Will plus resilience D2.
Will resilience. Oh, it's actually not as bad as I thought. I'm going to use a momentum.
Okay.
I earned a bunch of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hey, 2
There you go.
successes. Yeah. You felt a little pang of maybe remorse or something when the leader ghoul in this nest was taken down, but for the most part, you feel okay.
they were clearly people at one point, at least.
Right. But you don't feel anything weird like
No craving
something-
for human flesh.
yeah, like some weird voice calling your name or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Dutch
Scale of 1 to
wants,
10, how delicious does Valentino look right now?
well,
That's a bad example.
that is a bad example.
Just checking.
Please don't eat me.
Is this like
What?
Yeah,
there
there
like a
appears to be
collapsed-
some. Yeah, it looks like the tunnel has collapsed here, so there's a lot of rubble down in this corner.
all right? Well, a collapsed tunnel is fine.
Yeah. Why don't everybody roll me an observation and insight to see if you can see anything in this area?
All right.
You mean like, let's go trying to eat us?
No, like remember, there's 2 parts to your mission.
Would this
One is
be
to
the
wipe out
spot?
all the ghouls, and the other one is to look for a Blower crystal.
So observation plus insight.
D1 or D?
D2.
Okay, I got them. All right. I didn't do well enough.
Yeah, 1, 1, 1.
Well,
Wow.
Oh, everybody's ones. Yes, there's nothing. There's nothing in this. area.
No, there's no crystals here.
no, we're
No
good here.
crystals here. No.
Boy, the flashlights are looking really blue.
No, they are getting a little dimmer. You guys have been down here easily an hour.
Mm. Guess we should hurry and wrap this up.
I don't want to hurry
Yeah, and
too
speaking
much.
of wrapping it up, why don't we take a break right there? Critical Hit Punch All Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Stephen Schleicher. If you would like to get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode, be sure to check out the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Each week I discuss my plans for the upcoming game session, and Dr. Brad Will is there to share his reactions and advice on how to be a better game master. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers galore in every installment of the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition. So, if you don't like spoilers and don't want to know what I am planning next, don't listen to these episodes. Though, I will say, if you do listen, you'll be able to see how and where the players throw a wrench into my plans, and you're also going to have greater insight into the world that's being built into this campaign. Finally, we want you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit and send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans in upcoming episodes as well. Thank you again for listening this week, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2024 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.